Carla's quiet life changed in an instant when a stop at a gas station turned into a shocking attack on police officers. The town was left in disbelief as authorities raced to catch her. It was a calm Thursday evening, and the gas station on the edge of town looked like any other. The lights above the pumps flickered softly, lighting up the small convenience store beside them. A few cars drove in and out, making the gravel driveway crunch under their tires. The cashier, a middle-aged man who had worked there for years, restocked shelves and rang up customers, not knowing that the quiet evening was about to turn dangerous. The air was calm, with the smell of gasoline and nearby trees mixing together. Most people thought it was just another stop before going home. Carla pulled up in her silver sedan. At first, she looked like any normal customer. She wore casual clothes and had her hair tied back. Neighbors would later say she was polite, quiet, and unassuming. But as she started filling her tank, she seemed tense. Her eyes kept moving to the store entrance and the dim street beyond, as if she was waiting for something or someone. People nearby thought she was just anxious or distracted. No one guessed that she was hiding a storm inside. Carla had been feeling restless and upset for weeks. Small arguments, personal problems, and frustrations had piled up. She lived alone and had few friends or family around, and the isolation made her thoughts spiral. That night, her fear and anger reached a point where they needed an outlet. As the night grew darker, shadows stretched across the gas station. The few customers left didn't know they were about to witness something shocking. Carla moved carefully, almost like she had planned every action. Every glance, every adjustment she made to her car showed she was alert and tense. By nightfall, the stage was set. What looked like a normal stop at a gas station was actually the calm before chaos. The lights, the hum of the pumps, and the quiet store created a backdrop for what would become a scene of violence. Suddenly, Carla's calm broke. She moved quickly to the edge of the pumps, her steps sharp and unpredictable. At first, people thought she was just restless. But when a police patrol car arrived, her tension was clear. The officers expected a normal check, but Carla suddenly attacked one of them, catching him off guard. The officer stumbled, and shock ran through everyone there. The police tried to stop her, but Carla moved quickly, twisting and resisting. For a few tense moments, the struggle seemed even. Customers hid behind cars and pumps, unsure what to do. Some called for help, others just stared. Carla's strength and determination were clear. She wasn't just angry, she was scared, defiant, and desperate. The officers called for backup as the situation grew dangerous. Soon, more people stopped to watch, and cameras recorded every moment. During the struggle, Carla found a chance to escape. She ran to her car, slammed the door, and sped off. The tires screeched, and panic spread among the remaining customers. Police backup arrived, but Carla's car roared to life, starting a tense high-speed chase. Her car weaved through side streets, narrowly avoiding parked vehicles, with police following closely, sirens blaring. As the chase continued, it became apparent that Carla was not just fleeing randomly. She navigated the town's back roads with knowledge and precision, taking turns that suggested she had planned her route ahead of time. Her ability to evade the pursuing officers surprised even the most experienced drivers in the patrol. Traffic slowed as onlookers tried to comprehend the unfolding drama. Some vehicles moved aside to allow the pursuit to pass, while others stopped entirely, their drivers frozen in shock. Hours passed, and Carla continued to stay ahead of the police. She disappeared through alleyways, side streets, and eventually toward a wooded area on the outskirts of town. The dense trees and uneven terrain made it difficult for officers to maintain a visual, giving her a temporary advantage. Law enforcement coordinated search efforts, setting up perimeter checkpoints and sending units on foot into the woods. But Carla's careful preparation made tracking her a formidable challenge. The townspeople, following the events from a distance, were stunned. A woman they had seen as ordinary had suddenly become the focus of a manhunt, demonstrating resourcefulness and determination few could have imagined. For the police, the chase was more than a test of speed. It was a battle of strategy and wits. Every turn Carla took, every street she avoided, added to the tension and uncertainty of the night. By the time the authorities regrouped, Carla had vanished from sight, leaving behind questions, adrenaline-fueled confusion, and the lingering shock of a daring escape. The night's events marked the beginning of a deeper investigation, revealing that the attack on the gas station was only part of a much more complex story. Days after the daring escape, investigators began to uncover the reasons behind Carla's sudden outburst. Her apartment, a small and cluttered space in a quiet part of town, revealed a hidden world of stress, fear, and paranoia. Papers were scattered across the floor, some covered in frantic notes, others containing alarming internet searches. Police found evidence that Carla had been receiving messages she interpreted as threatening. While many of the threats were unfounded, her growing isolation had magnified them, creating a sense of constant danger. In addition to the messages, officers discovered that Carla had been planning her movements carefully. Maps of the town were marked with routes, gas stations, and escape paths. She had studied patrol patterns and timed her actions, suggesting that her attack on the gas station was not entirely impulsive. Each decision she made during the confrontation and subsequent escape reflected forethought, indicating a mind consumed by fear yet driven by meticulous preparation. Neighbors, once shocked, began to piece together signs of her escalating anxiety. Some recalled seeing her watching the streets for hours, checking on vehicles and passers-by with tense vigilance. Others remembered her sudden withdrawal from social interactions and a growing obsession with safety and self-protection. These small details, overlooked at the time, painted a clearer picture of the mounting pressure inside her mind. The investigation also revealed personal struggles that contributed to her state of mind. Carla had recently lost her job, faced financial difficulties, and felt increasingly alienated from friends and family. These stressors, combined with her perception of constant external threats, created a volatile mix of fear and aggression. Her attack on the police was both a cry for control and an expression of her inner turmoil. Authorities began to see her actions as the tragic result of unchecked mental health struggles combined with meticulous planning. While the immediate danger had passed with her eventual capture, the events forced the community to confront uncomfortable questions about awareness, intervention, and prevention. How had a seemingly ordinary woman reached a point where violence seemed like the only option? Carla's hidden motive shocked the town. What appeared as a random act of aggression was, in fact, a culmination of fear, preparation, and desperation. The revelation reframed the narrative of the gas station incident, showing that beneath the sudden violence lay weeks of tension, planning, and mental strain. The investigation now had a deeper purpose: to understand why an ordinary evening could erupt into chaos and what signs had been missed along the way. Carla was eventually located and arrested after a coordinated police operation. Officers tracked her movements using surveillance footage, witness reports, and careful planning, ensuring that the arrest was executed with minimal risk to both law enforcement and the public. The moment she was taken into custody, a wave of relief swept through the town. Residents who had followed the chaotic events felt a sense of closure, though the memory of the gas station incident lingered vividly in their minds. In the days that followed, the story dominated local news and social media. People were captivated by the shocking contrast between the woman they thought they knew and the one capable of attacking police officers. Carla's neighbors, co-workers, and acquaintances struggled to reconcile the polite, quiet woman they had interacted with daily with the figure who had caused such danger and disruption. Many wondered how warning signs had been missed, reflecting on small previously overlooked behaviors that, in hindsight, hinted at the turmoil building inside her. Court proceedings revealed further details of her actions and intentions. Evidence collected from her apartment, her planning notes, and her internet activity painted a clear picture of a premeditated, though fear-driven, confrontation. Psychologists testified about her mental state, explaining how a combination of stress, paranoia, and isolation had led to a temporary collapse in judgment. The court emphasized that her attack was a result of both desperation and preparation, highlighting the complexity of her motives. The incident also sparked wider conversations about mental health awareness, law enforcement training, and community safety. Residents debated how to recognize warning signs and support individuals struggling with intense fear or stress before situations escalated into violence. Officers involved in the gas station incident shared their experiences, underscoring the unpredictable nature of encounters with civilians and the need for both caution and empathy in law enforcement. Though Carla faced serious legal consequences for assault and evasion, the story left a lasting impact beyond the courtroom. The gas station itself became a symbol of unpredictability, a reminder that ordinary places can suddenly become the setting for extraordinary events. Townspeople reflected on how quickly life could change in moments of fear, anger, or desperation. In the end, the case was more than a story of crime and capture. It was a tale of hidden struggles, unseen tensions, and the human capacity for both fear and calculated action. Carla's actions served as a chilling reminder that danger can emerge in the most familiar surroundings, and that sometimes, even the quietest people harbor the potential for shocking acts. The gas station incident remained a story of suspense, reflection, and the unforeseen consequences of unchecked turmoil, leaving the town and viewers of the story with much to consider.